What makes the environment down at South Carolina so tough to play in? And I think you've been in there once, but what makes it such a fun place to play too?
Yeah, any environment like that is great. A great stadium with passionate fans that are loud and care about their team. It's always a fun place to play. And obviously I've been down there before and been to a lot of places like it. So it's great, and it's fun to play down there, and I'm excited to go back.
Cade, as you've had a few days to sort of process your emotions in the aftermath of Saturday's senior day, what makes you most thankful about your time here at Clemson and getting that final sort of standing ovation there?
Yeah, I think, just kind of got to process it kind of Saturday and Sunday, and just how, I guess, just unique and how special that moment was. I wasn't planning on having that, and I think even like last week, somebody asked just, how am I, going to be, I guess, expecting my emotions to be during the game, and I kind of just told myself I'm just going to let it be and kind of let it be natural, and whatever happens, and it was really unique, and it was just really special, and I wanted to come to Clemson and have an impact, and whether that was the people that I'm around every day, the community that I'm around, just this fan base, but also just my teammates and stuff. And I wanted to come and win a national championship when I was at Clemson, and unfortunately I won't have gotten that done. But to, I guess, kind of leave Death Valley that way made it almost feel like I still had a great impact here, and that's going to last a long time. So that meant a lot to me, and that just I think just it meant a lot to me, and just everything that this place has meant to me. And I got 2 more games left. I'm continuing to give everything I have, and excited to be able to wear that paw 2 more times. So
You said a few more times, so if there's a bowl game you'd play.
I'm planning on it. Yeah, I want to go. I play football, so.
In a day and age where it can be so easy with looking ahead of what lie ahead, NFL future and all that, why is that important to continue to potentially continue to play football?
Right now my focus is on this weekend. So I'm really focused on this weekend, and whatever happens after that is going to happen. But I love to play football, and I'm a guy that loves everything about it. I love the work in February and in the summer, and I love the journey to playing a game. And you work all year to play football, and you only get so many opportunities. So, right now, again, I'm focused on going and playing Saturday and giving everything I have, and being up here as long as I need to be up here to go win a game on Saturday. So that's really what my focus is on. And but yeah.
Being in this state as long as you have been, have you formed any kind of a relationship with LaNorris Sellers in your time, competing, and then maybe were you able to watch at all what he did last year as a quarterback and appreciate that?
Yeah, he's a heck of a player, and I got to go to a nonprofit event and speak to some underprivileged people kind of in the coast near Charleston, and with LaNorris, and we got to go out there. I think it was in April maybe, and got to spend a few days out there, and it was me and him, and man, he's a great guy, just has such a heart for people, and I got great words for him, just his character and the guy that he is. It's hard to talk bad about that guy, and he's a great player and a great person, and I wish nothing but the best for him. And so he's a great person, and I've really enjoyed getting to know him.
Being an older player on this roster and having experience in this kind of week, and how do you kind of maybe teach the younger players to sort of handle the emotions and treat it like it's any other game?
Yeah, you have to go about it like it's any other game, but it's also it's a season of its own, and it is a game that lasts forever. And until you've really played it, you don't really understand it. So, if you're a young guy, and thankfully we don't have too many of those. A lot of guys have kind of lived this game, and just go play free and go play your game. And that's what I would kind of tell these guys that haven't maybe played in it. But the guys that have, you kind of know what comes with it. So.
Is it fair that your legacy at Clemson will probably depend a lot on the outcome on Saturday night?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't think so. But, I want to go win, so.
It's a game that lasts forever. How much does the end of last year's game stick with you to this day?
It's definitely been something that I've thought about every day since. Yeah.
Was that your worst day in your Clemson career? Would you say that was your worst day as far as the feeling?
It's probably up there. Yeah. It was probably up there. Like I said, I've been thinking about it ever since then, and excited to go attack this week and to the journey of this week, and so yeah. I mean, it was a really painful day. It was also a great day because I got told we were going to go play in the ACC championship game. So that was also an awesome day later that night. So I remember that feeling too very, very well, and going to win the ACC championship game a week later. So it's definitely a roller coaster of emotions in those 7 days, but I remember that feeling for sure.
Is there anything that you can draw on? I know it was a night game when you guys went down there a couple of years ago and Jonathan White set a big game, but can you draw on those experiences playing in front of that environment as you get ready to go back in there again?
Yeah, I mean, the people that are on the field with you and the guys that are going through this week with me, those are the people that really matter. Those are the people that when everything's going on and the chaos of the game, you really just kind of have to hone in on what's my job. What do I actually need to get done in the midst of all of the distractions, and that's what I need to do, and that's what we need to do as a whole is go execute and go do what we do at a high rate, and that's what has to be done. And you just kind of have to put your blinders on and just, what's my job? Let's go play football. And at some point you got to spot the ball and let's go. So.
Anybody else for Cade?
Got a really good defensive line. They got an edge rusher who can get on you pretty fast. What do you see out of those guys?
Yeah, they got a great defensive front that's got a lot of experience, and they've had a great year, and I'm just going to continue to trust in my guys up front, and I think we're going to have a great plan. So, but definitely guys that are going to have had great careers and will continue to play on at the next level, and they've got a good core for them. Yeah.
Antonio is obviously an in-state guy. You talked about his motivation in this game. Just what have you seen from him this week, and y'all's connection in the last few weeks seems to have really picked up. I feel like he's playing his best football. Right?
Yeah, I think so too. He's playing really well, and he's just playing really free. And I mean, even just going by yesterday, and Tone's the guy that's he's just going to show up and be the same every day, though. When I show up and go to practice and go to meetings, it's the same guy every day. And whether we're playing, who we're playing this week or whether we're playing Furman last week, he's going to show up on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, Friday, and be the exact same guy and have the same work ethic. And he's up here early getting speed work every Tuesday early in the morning with some of the other guys, and that's just who he is. And he's consistent in everything that he does. And to just have a guy like that in the midst of this year, I was just kind of sharing that with kind of senior guys, senior group that we have. Yesterday, and I was talking to one of my buddies at Next Level, and they're not having a great year, and he just talked about how, you show up and there's people around the facility, whether it's coaches or players, that aren't showing up with a lot of motivation and don't want to show up to go to work, and it's hard to get them going, whether it's a receiving group or whatever, and it's hard to get that group going or the offense line to really practice hard. And for me, I know that I'm going to show up every day and give it everything I have, and I'm not quitting. And I know Coach Sweeney's not going to quit, and I know Coach Riley. But, to have our offensive line and our defense and our receiving group and our running back room and our tight end group and the linebackers and everybody like continually just show up daily, no matter what situation or record that we're in, to show up every single day and just choose to go be great. Like, that's rare, and that is really, really rare that we have here. And that's just, I wanted to show them a ton of appreciation. Like, I don't have to show up on a Tuesday practice and have to just get the receivers going or get the running backs going to literally just go through practice. It's like I show up and they're like already, guns a-blazing, ready to go. And like, that's a great feeling. And for me, it's like I don't always have to be the guy that's pushing everybody. Like, we have such great leaders in every position group, especially Antonio, that just show up every single day, no matter where we are in the year. And that's just, it's really special. And I think that starts with Coach Sweeney and the coaches that we have here and the culture that we've built, that it doesn't matter what, that people just love playing football, and it's really cool to be around. Yeah.
Chris Benson was telling us after the game that you were able to talk about how your careers kind of intersect in terms of, because he's now playing early, you weren't playing early either. Like, what wisdom have you been able to share with him?
Yeah, I think learn from others, learn from my mistakes, learn from the good things that me and CV have done this year. Spend as much time with, Taj and Paul Tyson and Hunter Helms as you can, and really just lean on people and don't be afraid to ask questions. And he's done a great job of that. And just, spending 20, 30 minutes with him this morning, right before I came in here, just talking life, talking football, just trying to pour into him. And, I was blessed with DJ when I got here, and Hunter and Hunter Johnson and Hunter Helms and Paul my sophomore year. And I had so many older guys that have lived through life when I got here that they were pouring into me, and now I get to kind of do that back. And he's just killed it, and he's redshirting, right? And but like, you would never know that he's redshirting. I think a lot of guys, they hear, oh, hey, buddy, you're going to redshirt. They kind of just coast for a year, and he's just like attacked the year like he's a starting quarterback every week. And it's been really cool to see that, and I've been really proud of just his work ethic and the way that he's gone about things, and just chased to be the best Chris Stinson that he can be, and him and I are very different players, and me, CV, and Trent, and, Chris and Trotter, like, we're all very different quarterbacks, but like, we're not all trying to be the same. We're trying to just be our best version of ourselves, and whatever that is. So he's just trying to do that, and it's been really cool to see. And I'm happy that I've been able to get to know him over the past year, and just been able to help him and guide him in whatever ways I can. So I'm just really proud of him, and it was cool to see just him kind of show what he can do in this past game too. Obviously with his legs, but he can throw it a lot too, and he can throw it really well. So it's been cool to see him really make strides, and CV really carry him along too, and kind of be that guy, and Trent. So yeah.
I know that you were live some portion of your high school career. What is it like to be a quarterback live
during practice?
Yeah.
Or during college?
Yeah, with Chris.
I don't think I've been live since I've been here. I was live in high school some, like my sophomore year, when we were all competing, because our Coach Dodge wanted us to, I think it was that first spring, he wanted us to just feel, the real game feeling whenever we were going through a QB competition. But I think it's great. It's the best thing for him right now. It's the best thing for him, and you're not getting a ton of really live reps in general. And to whenever he is in there, it's great. That way he's not having to wait, however long to really get hit again. He's getting real reps and knowing when to flush the pocket, really when to sit in there. Because sometimes it's hard to really feel a live pocket until you really get in there. So I think it's great. It's the best thing for him.
You mentioned the senior class in an era where not a lot of people stay in the same spot. Just how much more impactful is this game knowing it's the fourth time you're going into it?
It is really special just to have the people here, and really the class that I came in with, we're all graduating together and we're all leaving together, and that's really special. And we know what this game is and what it means to us. So it's definitely really cool and really special to be a part of a place that that loves it here and wants to stick together and just be a part of it.
Health-wise, do you feel like you're moving around the best you have since, I don't know, maybe before you hurt your ankle balls in college?
Yeah,
or?
I would say so. I think that was coming up on 7 or 8 weeks ago now, and I think that this is definitely the best I'm moving since. So, yeah.
No Olsen Pat Henry for you guys this weekend. Just how much of a loss is that for you guys on offense?
Yeah, it's a big loss, and just what he can do in the passing game and the running game. But we've got a really good tight end room, and we're gonna miss him and just what he brings to that room. But man, we've got guys right next to him that they can go get the job done. Really have been getting the job done all year. So I'm gonna miss him, but I got full confidence in the guys that are right next to him that have been doing a great job all year. But really, just I'm just trying to encourage him. Just it's tough to kind of go through something like that, and just really trying to encourage him and keep him up. And so yeah.
All right. Thank you, Cade.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.